So we go back to a time-tested formula that goes back thousands of years. Starting from Avram Avinu, yes, Abraham himself, 3,800 years ago. How did he have strength? He ultimately connected to something greater than himself. Mortals, humans, us mortals, we have our limited strengths. But when we connect to the immortal and we connect to the eternal, that in turn channels that power within us. This is the essence of when we say, Ani Hashem le'shanisi. God is immutable, unchangeable. Ubnei Yisrael echalisam. The same flow. And the Jewish people, the children of Israel, will never be annihilated because they're connected to the Hashem le'shanisi. If you connect yourself to things that are negligible, to things that are temporary, the things that don't have any permanent power, so it's like holding on to something, having a foundation that is constantly mercurial or changing and temporal, impermanent. So you can imagine how much security that really builds. And everything in the material world is in that category. You connect to something eternal, a foundation, then it carries you, especially in challenging times. You're bound above, you don't fall below. There's really no other way to state it. May have to repeat it thousands of times, but that's what it comes down to. The more you bring that into your life, into your family's life, into your children's life, anyone you come in contact with, the stronger you are. It doesn't take away from the challenge. It doesn't minimize it. It doesn't weaken it. But it weakens you. It strengthens you. It doesn't allow that to weaken you. In other words, the events, like a strong ship or a powerful tree that with deep roots, the storm is still there, but you have more energy, you have more strength, you have more resilience to be able to get through even the greatest storms. And how do we build that spiritual fortitude? How do we build that spiritual resilience? Through our commitment to the things that we hold so dear and cherish, our values. Starting with God, starting with faith, prayer, study, good deeds, more love, more unity, more connection. And with a passion that's stronger than the passion of all the negative and dark forces of hate, death, murder, crime, and so on. As I discussed a number of my videos, and just let me use this as an opportunity, we created a special section on our website, which is updated literally on an ongoing basis, meaningfullife.com/war in Israel, with many, many resources. Literally in the last few weeks, since we're now in the beginning of week 3 of this tragic war, we've produced probably over 45 or 50 videos, plus many, adapting and repurposing many materials that have already written, unfortunately, similar events in the past, both to understand, achieve some clarity, hope, direction, strength, confidence. So check that out, as well as you'll see more resources there. There's a YouTube playlist that you can subscribe to, as well as a WhatsApp group where we're constantly posting new material. So that's what we need to do. We need to mobilize, fortify, reinforce our spiritual foundations. And that gives us something to hold on to, not just cowering or retreating in fear because look what's happening around us. We build stronger ships. Coming from Parshas Noach, it's all about building an ark among the raging floodwaters that came to destroy what? The Hamas, the Hamas of the world. Hamas is crime, murder, bloodshed, violence. As I discussed in some videos, and I'll discuss also in this program, hopefully. So we build strong arcs. As the Baal Shem Tov says, an ark is the words of Torah and Tefillah, Teva. In Hebrew also means letter, or word. Teva is a word. What words? The holy words. They become like an oasis that immunize, that protect us, that insulate us from all the raging waters around us. And the ultimate goal is to rebuild the world. But we have to do what we have to do, just as the flood came to cleanse a corrupt world, a violent world, a chamas, mala aretz chamas, as the verse says twice. So too must we cleanse the pollution that exists, the evil, absolute evil, and never think otherwise. The fact that so many people have been brainwashed So we'll discuss that during this program. Many people have been asking about that. But the first thing we're focusing now is building that strength and direction. Now is not a time to focus on compliments and so on, but I will say I want to thank those that have written to me, especially from Israel, and the people that have called me and we've spoken together, that reaching out, you gave me strength, and I hope I gave you strength as well. Thanking for what we're doing, because the fact of the matter is we all strengthen each other. It's like people in battle. If your colleagues are weak, it weakens you. When your colleagues are strong and confident, it strengthens us. So I want to thank you for that. Just received this morning a very touching note, just short, saying, I live in Nahariya. I want to thank you. You gave me strength at a very difficult time. My point here is emphasizing is that we're in this together, and we each give each other strength. And may we continue to do so. May God protect all our brothers and sisters, all the innocents, free the hostages but unscathed, and give us total victory over everything that's evil. And we finally usher in a world of peace, a world of love, the word of the Rambam, Lo yishtiya sham mechama. There will no longer be war in time of Mashiach. And we have to do our part. We didn't expect this, we didn't want this, but now we have to rise to the occasion.